Before a new product is released, impressions start to build up about it in several steps. First, you have the impressions you get based on leaks and rumors, and that phase lasts for quite a while. Eventually, it's showtime when the company holds the launch event or keynote where they showcase their product the best way they can, which makes it official. After that, and depending on the circumstances, once the device is available in stores, you can go in and play with it a bit to see if you want to buy it or not, or you can just pre-order it to pick it up in store or have it mailed to you without ever having held it in your hands before. Different ways to go about the shopping process, basically. But then when you're the owner of this new gadget, the first thing you experience about your own unit is the packaging, then the unboxing. And I'm thinking ideally the company releasing the product wants the packaging to resemble the product's design language and choices in its look, feel, and finish. So before we unbox the S24 Ultra, let's also look at the packaging choices made by one of Samsung's most obvious competitors, Apple, for the iPhone 15 Pro, to see how those packaging choices differ. Now first off, the pull tabs. Both boxes have pull tabs to provide a sleek way of opening the boxes, which does away with the need for a plastic wrapper, so in that sense both have a minimalistic element to them. On the Ultra's box, the part of the sticker that's stuck to the lid is stuck to the outside of the lid, which isn't as minimalist as it could have been, so it isn't best aligned with the minimalist design of the phone itself. If you look at the iPhone's box, of course it's already been opened, but you can still see what I'm describing, you'll see that the lip of the sticker that sticks to the lid is stuck on the inner side of the lid, keeping the lid on the outside looking as clean as possible. It would kind of be nice if Samsung can do that for next year's phones. Of course I know I'm looking at a very small detail here, and at the end of the day it's the device that truly matters, obviously, but it's just that when we're discussing a flagship that's as anticipated as the S24 Ultra is, you kind of want everything to be on the level of the device itself, as it should be. Now you also have this huge sticker on the side of the lid with barcodes and the EID and whatnot, and of course the lid is something you're obviously going to be looking at before you pull it off. On the iPhone's box, the info with the barcodes is neatly printed on the bottom of the box itself, not on the lid, and that way the lid is kept as minimalistic, clutter-free, and as appealing as it can be. Which brings us to the bottom of the box. There is so much information on the Ultra's box that just takes away from the minimalist theme of the product, while you have much less printed info on the iPhone's box. Now both boxes have QR codes for you to scan for more info. On the iPhone it leads to a beautiful page with all kinds of information, including safety info and so on. On the Ultra's box, you have some safety info printed on the label that's on the box itself. Couldn't they have taken most of this and just put it with the info you find when you scan the QR code? You know what you find when you scan the QR code on the Ultra's box? Let me show you. It literally takes you to a Google search result, and you just click this, which basically takes you to some PDF documents that look like they were just a bunch of documents that were Xeroxed and dumped onto the internet, with some warranty information and whatever else. It's not even in the right orientation. Like, why would Samsung do this? They could have done it beautifully, and it would have been in line with the beautiful design theme of the phone itself. Now on the other hand, on the iPhone, when you scan the QR code, it takes you to a beautiful product page about the iPhone 15 Pro with lots of information, beautifully formatted, and at the bottom you've got resources that include technical specs for the phone, the user guide, warranty information, important safety information, but beautifully presented. Now Samsung can do this too, but they didn't. Now for the unboxing. Kinda tough pull tabs. It's kind of sticky still. That is beautiful. That is a beautiful phone. Oh wow. This looks so classy. This looks so, like, it feels so beautifully weighted and elegant. Honestly, the sharp edges at the bottom kind of remind me of their external SSDs, which is kind of hilarious, but this is so beautiful and elegant. Oh wow. Wow. Here's the S Pen. Oh, the clickiness is so satisfying. Kinda need to tug at it to bring it out. And here it is. Well, let's boot it up. That's beautiful. Look at that display. The crispness of this display. It's great. It really is great. I'm choosing my display mode. Light is beautiful. Dark is beautiful. I'll stick with dark for now. And I'm in. The crispness and clarity of the display is just majestic. It is majestic. It's amazing. Just look at that brightness cranked all the way up. We're gonna get into actual proper impressions of the phone after using it for a while in an upcoming video. But this is it for this one, guys. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, like, share, and comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.